talking about going back to play old games and reasons why we do and reasons why we don't. That kind of brings up an interesting trend, I guess, that's going on now, where you get older style games coming out on newer systems. Like Shovel Knight's a big one that I think of. Fez to a degree.
Because, yeah, I want to say, well, all the colors and all the other stuff, and the fact that you can turn it.
I think it's a little
But the style, I would say the style
is more stylistic of something reminiscent of like a
retro. Yep.
Yeah. So Rogue Legacy, I think, is another one that I think of a lot when I think of classic kind of 2D side scrollers that have an older feel, even though they're definitely. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm so sorry. There's no reason. There's no reason. I'm so sorry. No, I have no idea. It's like when you're in church and you're like, well, that actually doesn't apply to me, but like there's stories of when people go to church and they can't stop like laughing.
This is. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
No. I'm sorry. I fucked everything up. But let's go back to the story. Yes.
Older. Retro, I guess, games that are more recent to come out. Like, what are you guys' thoughts on those in general, I guess?
Like, it makes me think of Cuphead, for sure. Cuphead was, like, last year, a year ago's big indie game from E3 that made everyone go, like, oh my god, we gotta play this. Ended up being okay. There's another game that was...
So, what is that about? Because I don't know that.
So, Cuphead is it's a side-scroller, correct? Yeah, I think it's a side-scroller, but it's in the art form of... what year? Early 20th century cartoons?
Yeah, something like that.
Early 20th century cartoons. So it reminds me...
Like classic Disney.
Like classic, like Mickey, like black and white. Yeah. Steamboat Willie, black and white Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
And like, what's another one? Like, kind of like almost Popeye the Sailor Man-ish.
Okay.
Ish. It's kind of got like... It's like where Popeye the Sailor Man started to kind of like go into like 3D a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because it's newer than, obviously, Steamboat Willie. It's a mixture between that. And honestly, I'm going to show you some footage before we leave today. I think you're going to be like, oh my god, I want to play this. Which I have no idea. I have no problem letting you use my 360 or my Xbox to play because I don't play it. But the game, like, I know was like really, really popular with a lot of people coming out of E3. That's what it makes me think of. And I like games like that that are willing to like go back and try something different because it stood out and it's something that like I still remember. I haven't played it, but I still want to go and play it.
So, I mean, I will play games that are newer, that look old. I have no problem with that. But there are some older games I will not play. And I don't know simply because of the fact that it's old or because it's just not... I don't know. I can't think of an example, but I know there's a game... I remember Brandon asked me, who's not here today, he's like, oh, do you want to play this game? And I'm like, fuck no. That looks terrible. Like, I don't want to play it. And I'm sure it wasn't a bad game because he was like, no, it's great. And I'm like, no. Like, that, no.
Yeah.
Playing it.
I think to some degree nostalgia plays a factor into that because I tried to get my friend to play Shadow of the Colossus, the HD remake on PlayStation 3, and he was trying to do it without any help. And I'm like, I did it without any help. But I'm like, again, that's going back to the mechanic thing where it's like you forget how much games hold your hand, which is something we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And without that holding of the hand aspect, he was like so lost. And it took him, I think, like 12 hours to beat like the first 2 Colossus. Like, I shit you not. I'm like, dude, it's kind of a problem, man. And he picks up on stuff way more than I do in games in general. So it was shocking that he had that big of an issue with the game.
Yeah.
Especially the Horse Colossus. Like, he just like, dude, I gotta watch a walkthrough. Like, I can't do this anymore. And that like killed him. And I remember like playing that Colossus too, and it took me like 4 hours to figure out how to beat it. Where I was just like sitting there looking at it, I'm like, what the hell are you supposed to do? One thing I liked about older games like that. But.
So, do you like older games, like in general, or how they look, or how they play, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a I guess with like all three of us, we all have like a kind of a respect. It seems like for some of those like classic Mega Man, Zelda, Mario games. There's a generation of people who didn't grow up with those games at all.
No,
like they're I guess they're what's the word that I'm looking for? But their classic game in their mind would be like maybe like Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I'm like, really? That's your reference for the best Mario game, really? But
maybe not best Mario game, but it is a classic Mario game.
It's a classic Mario game, but when
it was very innovative
compared to N64 Mario, though, I'm like,
I would
story,
I would put
Yoshi
Galaxy
games were good
over Mario 64.
Kill my point. No, I'm just kidding.
But compared to
That's
Mario 3, yeah, I would say it's absolutely totally different levels.
Yeah, so stuff like that. But I think you get what I'm saying, where it's like they're games that we kind of just like, they're good, not great. Like that to them, that's their poster game that they have on their wall. That's like, can it be like that for them?
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's interesting. It makes me this topic also makes me think of like HD remakes too, and just a lot of them coming out.
Yeah, and how necessary are they?
Yeah, I mean, how necessary are they? And just in general, like there's a lot of HD remakes that are coming out where they're not, the studios, developers are not going back into the game to rework some of the mechanics. So,
yeah, and they just don't always quite work.
Yeah, and it's just like a direct high definition port.
Yeah, like Heavy Rain's remaster was like, yeah, the game looks a lot better now, but it doesn't hold up as well.
Same issues as before, and like I'm sure they're even magnified now because
I think the biggest thing is the voice acting. Like when the game came out, I don't think the voice acting was still great. But it was still a novel enough thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, okay, cool.
The funny thing about it is because as great as Detroit Become Human looked, that was like the biggest complaint that I had. I'm like, the voice acting still reminds me of Heavy Rain. It doesn't look great. I hope they work on that.